Greetings, all and every. I am Empress V, the Ancestors Oracle. Um, I just receiving some messages right now in regards to a mom and her son, her teenage son. He's like 16, 17 years old, and he's missing. So, what I'm being told is that um, he's being a teenager and he's out with friends, and he could possibly be getting mixed up. I'm seeing some fights and things like that. Um, but what they're really saying to me is that um, he is he could possibly become strung out, because what they're showing me is that he's using hard drugs. He's been smoking marijuana for some time, but with him being out in the streets, the way he's out in the streets right now, his friends are going to lead him to another group of friends that's going to lead him to another group of friends, so he's on the gateway. He's on the gateway. um yeah, he's on the gateway. So his group of friends, one group of friends is going to lead him to another group of friends, and he may stay missing for weeks or months. He's gonna come back. You're gonna find him, and he's gonna need help. He's gonna need help. He's going to be in denial about his situation. He's gonna need help, and he's gonna be in denial about his situation. There's gonna be some pushback. Um, yeah, and I'm seeing that with the quarantine. And the situation with the school, there was already gripes with him getting him to go to school. So now it's like no school. What? I'm in these streets, you know. Um, as far as him being, because I see the mom's worried about him getting caught up, and being, how you could possibly get caught up, especially as a young black kid out here, especially being a young black male out here on these streets. From what the spirits are showing me is that as of right now, he's okay, he's good. The problem that is at hand right now is the drugs. The problem is the gateway. They keep showing me the gateway, the gateway, the gateway. Um, yeah, so when he comes back, he's gonna need help. So, okay. Okay, so I came inside real quick, because I'm gonna pull some cards for you. They keep saying healing, healing, healing. They keep saying healing, healing, healing. What's this? So there needs to be a new doors opening from what I'm seeing for your son. I don't know if he didn't have. Hold on. Okay, so they keep saying healing. And I don't know if there was something, a situation. I'm seeing that somebody died, is what they're telling me. Somebody close to the son died maybe a couple years ago, a cousin or a sister or someone died that he was close to. And he's been on a whirlwind ever since. Before that, what they're telling me is that he was in school, he was doing good, everything was on point. But then once this person departed from his life and went to the other side, um, this person has come to him to visit him, but he is not in a place where he was receiving of that. He's not in a place where he was receiving of that. So what they're telling me is that there needs to be some healing with your son in regards to this person who crossed over to the afterlife, and he needs counseling. Like, what, I don't know if you go to church, or okay, so what they're saying is you go to church. So you may go to church, and you may not go to church. But what they're saying is that There needs to be some type of spiritual healing. And if you have been in the church, and or if you have been in the masjid, or if you have been, they're saying that you need to take a new route. You need to take a new route, or he's going to stay on the gateway. The gateway is in the streets, in the drugs. So yeah, what this person who passed over, he's been distraught ever since then. And I'm also seeing that maybe you was with someone, maybe you were dating someone and you broke up with someone, but he needs a male, someone in his immediate era, immediate circle, immediate era. He needs someone in his immediate existence, someone who's in the home, who's a man who he respects, a man who he respects. And what they're showing me is that you may have even dated someone, you may have even had a man around who has tried to, who you thought has tried to build a relationship with your son. But this man really didn't have no interest in that. He just wanted what he can get. And they're saying that you know that now, because the man is not around anymore. He didn't really take interest to your son because he wasn't really trying to be there like that. But you wanted them to have that relationship. But the man knew when he got involved with you, he got what he wanted. So what are some ways that she can help her son? They're saying that he's going to need rehab, or he's going to need to be sent away to somewhere. There is going to need to be a male figure there. If you have someone, maybe a sister who is married, you have a sister who maybe you could send your son off to their house. But he needs a total, complete change of environment. He needs a strong male figure in the home who actually is going to care for him for real. And he also needs spiritual counseling. How do I put that in words? He needs spiritual counseling. The boy is going to want to take a route. He's going to want spiritual counseling. There's going to be a route that he's going to want to take that you're not going to want to agree with. If you do not let him explore this route that he wants to go, he's going to rebel. He's going to go back to the streets. He's going to go back to the drugs. So what they're saying is that it's going to be something, if you are in the church, he's not going to want to do the church route. He may want to become a Muslim. If you're a Muslim, he may want to go the church route. He may want to go something totally outlandish that you may not be in agreement with. What the spirits are telling me, what the ancestors are telling me is that this is for his choosing. He needs to choose. He needs to have his picking. They're showing picking. He needs to have his picking of what he wants to be involved in spiritually. And he needs your support. So whoever you decide to send him to, so that he can get away from the streets where he knows where he can easily get to these drugs and these different types of things. Whoever you decide to send him to, you need to have this conversation with them and let them know, and let this be an open channel. Have yourself be an open channel. Where he's going, be an open channel. What they're saying is the people who you may even send him to, maybe a sister, y'all don't agree with on certain things, but this is somewhere, maybe the religion or whatever he is thinking about where he wants to go will be that somewhere that is along the lines of where he will be going. So where he will be going, it will be fine. It will be fine where he's going, but he needs this is something that he needs to do spiritually, that you don't agree with, something that you, but what they're saying is if you don't allow this, he is going to be in the streets on drugs. He's going to be out there, like crack house out there. And I don't mean any disrespect or to be trying to scare you or anything like that, but this is what they are telling me, and I am just the messenger. Okay, this is what they're telling me. Now I'm going to get a message for you real quick if my little boy lets me. It's mom looking for her son. What we got? Let go of fear. Just like I said, you're scared. Understandable. You're scared. What they're saying is release that fear for him. When he comes back, do not be afraid of where it is that he wants to go. You have to release him. It's time for you to release him, for him to become a man. He needs to be in the household with a strong man. I am seeing that you have a sister who lives in a decent area, a nice area actually. And this change, this sister's home will be good for him because she's married and the husband is a alpha male and he will have him in place. And as far as the spiritual aspect, this is going to be a conversation that you need to going to have with your sister and her husband. However, what they're showing me is that as long as there is the boundary of no drugs, we good. No drugs, no alcohol, no none of that. As long as there is none of that, this will be a path that that the sister and the husband will be okay with him walking. Okay, so that is the message that they had for you, Mom. The boy is going to be okay. Let him go through his spiritual journey. If there is pushback with that, he's going to go run back to the streets because this is something that, you know, is firing up in him. It's firing up in him. And yeah, and it has to do with the individual who passed away and things like that. So this spiritual path that he needs to go down is going to open him up in a new way. And you're going to be so proud of him. You're going to be so proud of him. You're going to be so happy. He's going to step into his own. And he's going to be a great man, a brilliant man from what they're showing me. He's going to be good. But this is a path that he needs to go down for his higher good. The reason that he came, this is in alignment with his purpose. This path is in alignment with his purpose and he needs to be allowed to walk that. Or if he's not, he's going to go back to the streets. So I hope that you receive this. Your son is going to be okay. Yeah, your son is going to be okay. So just wait for him to come back and, you know, call your sister, call whoever you need to call, see if you could get something set up for him now while he's not home. So when he comes back home, you can just say, okay, this is what we're doing. You know, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going to go. You know, this is how things are going to be. Don't fear for what could possibly be coming with everything, you know, having him away from you with COVID and all of that. Don't be fearful about stuff like that. You need to just make sure that he is in alignment spiritually, because what they're showing me is that he has a path that he's supposed to walk down. But he's not being allowed to be walked down this path in this household. So this is really what's going on. He's not allowed to walk down this path in this household. This path is something that you don't agree with, is what they keep saying. I'm repeating myself at this point. I hope that you receive this message. And your son is going to be good. Let him walk through his path. Let him come to his own as a man. I hope that you find peace and wisdom, Mom.